What is up, guys? We are back again. If you notice, you'll actually notice two things. One, the garage is clean, except for the floor, but who cares? And two, there's no Steryon here because the Steryon is with Jericho. Jericho's taking care of a lot of little things on it, putting the trim back together. So stay tuned for another update on that one. But today, the reason why we cleaned up the garage and made room was because we are going to start our new project. And you know what, we're gonna have to bring it in, so let me just make things go quicker. What? No, not you.
What?
There we go. Yes.
I'm still here.
Yeah, whatever. All right, guys. This is my 1971 Datsun 240Z. Now, you can see this is actually really clean. I did have it painted actually years ago. I originally got this car back in 2013. I purchased it from a young guy up in Oregon, actually. I bought this car at the time for a really good price. I mean, in California, it was very hard to find a good Z car that isn't rusted out or, it's not running, usually a shell. It's pretty expensive. I picked this one up for a really good price. And the car was actually running. So I contacted the guy in Medford, Oregon. I remember his name was Ben. And I said, Ben, hey, is the car running? He's all, oh, yeah, I use it for work every day. And I said, oh, do you think it would make it down to Southern California? And he's all, I don't see why not. And I said, okay, I'm going to fly up there on Sunday, which was a Super Bowl Sunday of 2013. And me and my older son, Austin, flew up there and drove it all the way back. And I think our airplane left at 8 a.m. that morning. We got back at 11:30 p.m. that night. Same night, it was an awesome adventure. The car did good. Regardless of the little fuel leak that it had at the top of the gas tank, luckily. But it made it back. I did continue to drive the car for, I say, the remainder of the year. And then I said, it's time to start doing stuff to it. So the first thing I did was tear the motor out, which is right there. And that is actually going to be going into another 240Z that we will start another build series on as well. But that's later. Right now we're focusing on my car, my personal vehicle. In the beginning, obviously when you get a car like this, you think really big and you want to, obviously put the biggest, the baddest motor inside of it. Pretty much we are still, because, obviously because the infinite room that we got up here in the front and the really lightweight body. So obviously the first thing that go in somebody's head, put a V8 in it. That was always got that. You're going to put a V8 in it? You're going to do an LS swap? You're going to put a 2JZ? A 1JZ? No. SR20? RB26? RB20? RB25? No. In the beginning, yes. I wanted an RB26 really bad. Remember that? Shut up. Even I did. I wanted an RB26 really bad. And they were somewhat feasible.
It was like 4,000 at that time.
I think like 35 to $4,000.
No.
But now it's just like, it's not even worth it. I really don't think it's worth it at all. So, and then later on you come to terms and you realize that, this is a really small car. I can probably pick it up right now. I probably lift it. And it doesn't really need that much power. I mean, I can make other cars that go faster. I don't need to go super fast. Just want to, Where's he at?
It's being finished.
It's out there. Okay. So, in the true fashion of Sleeper Garage and being uniquely different with our motor swaps, such as our Steryon with the K24. If you haven't seen those, please go check out our other videos. Or our Suzuki Swift with a Toyota 4AG, which is also going to be revived soon, which is also in the side of the house.
John.
Oh, and also our Subaru WRX as well. The 2002 Bug-Eye. Check those out too. Check that one out too. But, pretty much wrestling with my thoughts, figuring out what am I going to swap into here? What am I going to swap into here? SR20, Once again, I don't think it's worth it anymore. No, you know, we're always looking for the best bang for the buck.
Hard now.
It's hard. It's so expensive now. And then without going the LS route, we decided to go Toyota route.
What?
Toyota BeamZ motor. Now these motors are starting to get up there. We purchased this motor about a good maybe a year ago. About a year ago, huh? Yeah.
Last summer.
Right. That's right. So this is a 3SGE Toyota BeamZ out of this particular one is said to be out of a 2003-2004 Altezza, Toyota Altezza, which is like an IS300. The original Altezza did come with a 4-cylinder, 2-liter engine, non-turbo, high rever, dual VVTi. Nothing special. 6-speed manual. So it's going to be a cruiser. And that's pretty much all we're going to be doing is just installing this, getting it to run into here, doing my suspension up, change the wheels, put the interior back together, change out the seats, the dash back, which is up there. I have all brand new Z parts that I've had for years up in there. And yeah, just pretty much cruise it. I mean these cars seem to be getting harder and more expensive to find, especially in a good condition. And then, like I said, I'm glad I found this one years ago, and I just pretty much sat on it for this long. But now it's time. Now it's time for it to rise from its grave and to hit the streets once again.
Hell yeah.
So what we're going to start first is, well, we washed it, so it's a really nice paint here. Okay, cool. And I like how I have a lot more room in the garage over the Starion. So what we're going to start first is pretty much going to be mocking up that motor. So before we get to that, we got to get her up on all 4 jack stands and start tearing apart the front. Pretty much the front. I want to remove the front cross member so I can bring the engine up here and then see what I'm going to need to modify to get that engine into here. All right, we got her up in the air. We got her.
Why you tripping, bro?
Sorry, I'm tripping. You got it nice and high because we plan to, like I said, remove the cross member right there and the steering component, or the rack and pinion, sorry, and actually slide the engine under here and pull it up. So, because I don't want to lift the engine up too high and risk damaging any of the radiator core support or anything else, because...
The K swap is not that big.
What?
The K motor?
Okay. Did you say K motor?
Yeah.
In this? All right. You know what? That's it. I'm done.
No?
Later. Oh. All right, guys. All right, that's it. That's enough for tonight. If you like, subscribe, whatever. No. No more K swap. Look at that oldness.
That's small.
Yes, they're small.
That's what she said.
Those awesome old school mesh 14-inch wheels. So cool.
They dubs.
The dubs.
Yeah. Man, they're super light.
Yeah, really. Look at that. Got generations upon generations of spiders.
Ew.
You.
Ew.
Look at those 2-piston calipers. Very cool. Non-vented front rotor. So these things, I'm sure they fade out, warp, and get really hot.
Check it out. Sumitomo tires.
Sumitomo.
They've got to be run flat.
Yes, so. All right, so next thing is to actually remove the lower control arm, so we can remove the cross member. All right, guys, we successfully removed the cross member, rack and pinion, lower control arms, and disconnected the steering rod right there. So we actually ran out of time, so we're actually gonna call it here for tonight. So we'll call this the introduction of the 240Z. Finally, you see we put the motor there already. Wasn't able to get the car high enough as I thought I would to just slide it on in there. So we're gonna go ahead and be removing the bumper and that as well. Kind of didn't want to, but oh well, got to do that anyway. So yeah, once again, there's our engine. It's gonna be going on in there. Cool. Are you excited? I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
It's about time. It is about time. Like I said, we're going to be working on this one, and then also still working on the Stereon and updating you with those videos as well. We are almost, what do you mean no? It is nearly in its final stage of completion.
I got 1 more week.
You got 1 more week, about another week, and then it'll be at the dyno. And we do plan on taking the Stereon to its first car show on the 10th of April this month. We're in April. Today's April 1st. So yeah, we do plan to go to Winter Wonder Slam.
Oh, you got it right.
In spring.
Oh,
in spring, but oh, whatever. It's just late COVID, late on the seasons, but it's cool. So I'm really looking forward to that, where it's going to be actually at a train museum in Paris, California. Yeah. So it's supposed to be really family oriented. So if you are in the SoCal area, maybe we can meet you guys there. You can have a look at our Stereon project. And one day when this is done, we take this one there too, or to many other ones. But anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave any comments you have for me below, or let your hate flow, because I know maybe there's a lot of purists out there and they're wondering why on earth would you go with this motor. It's not turboed, it's just regular. It's only a 2-liter naturally. Well, remember, these cars in Japan actually were a 2-liter originally. Came with a 2-liter. Yeah, I know it was a straight 6. It's only a 4-cylinder, but you know.
Who cares? Let the hate flow.
Yeah, let the hate flow. Yeah. We're relying on modern technology, and once again, it's a cruiser. Engine set was only about $1,200. They are no longer that much, unfortunately. Yeah. They're up in about almost a $2,500 range now for this motor setup. We lucked out and got it right at the tail end of the good bargain time. This is complete. It does have the ECU, the harness. It came with the mass airflow or the airflow meter, 6-speed manual transmission. Does not have the shifter. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to get the the shifter relocation kit, or if I can just rock the factory Altezza shifter. But like I said, once we have this in here, suspended up where it needs to go, then I'll be able to see from there, and then I'll need to see what kind of modifications I'm going to need to do with our steering cross member, or our cross member, existing cross member, because the issue that I believe that we might have with this one is the oil pan. You can see it is a front sump that might make contact with our cross member. I don't know yet. We'll see. And unfortunately, there isn't no rear sump version of this engine. That would have been nice, but there is no rear sump of this engine, unfortunately. But anyway, we'll get into more on the details of this motor next time. And once again, have a good night.